you could actually like how I was complaining about that every time we start this the stream on YouTube, I have to actively go in on YouTube and select like go live, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It actually has an option to do that, like it will do it for itself or me having to do anything. But I have to. But the thing with how it is on YouTube, like I have to enable it though. It's like a setting. I have to switch on when I create the stream. When I create the thing for it, essentially.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a thing.
I know we're live, by the way.
We're live, by the way. I know you know we're live because I think you're catching on, which is good.
I think I'm catching on.
I think you're catching on, which is good. It's good that you're actively paying attention to what's going on and all that kind of good stuff. It's important. So, hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Innocent Podcast. This is Q, and as per usual, we've got Rare with us. So, Rare, how's it going? Rare, is it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's me. Hey, hello.
That is you, yeah. Forgot your name, haven't you?
Hello, stranger.
Hello, stranger.
So, welcome, everyone.
Yes, everyone who hasn't showed up yet because we literally just started, and
I mean, everyone in post. God damn. See, Q doesn't love you post viewers, He doesn't respect y'all. I love y'all. Y'all know I'll wingman for y'all. I might steal a girl, but I'll still wingman for you.
So. I'll be fine with you post viewers. I only love you if you comment, and your comments be scarce. I'm seeing the views. I can see the views of how many of you guys watch in post. So there's quite a lot more than who watch live, who watch in post. But that being said, your post viewers are slacking with the comments. Like the live viewers are active. They leave comments. They are fully engaged. You post viewers, y'all some lazy sons of wanks or daughters of wanks. You guys are just, I'm just saying, you guys could do better. I will love you guys. Rare will love you no matter what. He's a goldfish. He loves anything. On the other hand,
golden retriever is what he wanted to say.
Well, a golden retriever is kind of clever. A goldfish is just glub 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 food.
Oh my god!
So, yeah,
savage. This man's actually a savage.
Hey, I mean, isn't the main character of the anime we're talking about today also a savage? I think that is true.
Hey, look. His name is KonoSuba, by the way, right? I'm just double checking that.
His name isn't KonoSuba.
Wait, his name is. I keep forgetting. Man, I'm so terrible with names. His name starts with a K.
Try to guess.
Konata? No, Kazuma. His name is Kazuma.
Kazuma, that's correct. Right, look at you. You're learning.
I swear I pay attention to these animes, and I'm not just grinding in MMORPG lifestyle. Speaking of MMORPG lifestyle, god damn! Can we start off by saying that this was my kind of anime as well? I mean, I think every anime is my kind of anime so far, but I ain't watching shit that I probably wouldn't like. But damn, this shit hit, bro. Like this, someone.
Did I just lose Rare?
We need to make this anime available as soon as.
Hello.
I know be ready for him. So later down the line, we'll 5-head play this when he's actually getting back into anime when he's a boomer.
Right. I think you're gonna have to do that over because what happened is I felt like I lost you for like a few seconds there. Yeah. You're gonna have to say over everything you just said. I lost you for a bit.
Oh my.
Not my fault. It seems to be a network issue. And I'm seeing all green on my end, so it has to be you. So.
Yeah, you kind of just think that for me. Anyways, yes. So talking about MMORPGs, god damn, I have to say, can we just blast off with how KonoSuba? I even for an RPG person like yourself, Q.
It just happened again. I can't hear. You just went blank, like literally, just as you say blast off, it literally just went like all the audio left.
And I'm just quiet for you? as
Yeah,
well?
all I hear is silence. I'm not sure why. And I'm not sure if your mic is cutting out when you get too loud and excitable, which is something that has never happened before, or if it's an internet issue.
I can check something with the settings. How about now?
Are
I
you
should.
seeing like when you look at the call between us? Are you seeing anything? Like I'm seeing green across the board.
Right now it's green because I just changed the settings. It should be
Okay,
like more open mic now than anything.
okay, let's hear it. Okay, go on, go for it.
Third time's the charm.
Get excited.
All right, so this is how it's gonna roll. So first of all, god damn, I have to say that KonoSuba is a hell of a good anime. I mean, like, let's be real. It really tickles the MMO and RPG vibes. Can I get a high five from UQ for like, connecting me with this anime somehow? How did we even get to watch this anime? Actually, I'm kind of curious.
I was already watching KonoSuba, so it was like I had watched.
So you already knew that I would have liked it. I'm guessing.
To be frank, I didn't know if you'd like it.
Really?
I literally had no you did not. You were zero consideration in the choice for this when I chose it. It was just like I was watching it and I was like, this is good shit. And
this man threw me in the guts. I didn't have no consideration. Wow,
I'm like, friend. Think about it like this, right? Would you rather I lie to you and say, well, you know what, Rhett? Like, honestly speaking, like you were all the thought that came to mind. No, I'm not doing that.
Then you finish that sentence. Just lie to me.
No,
tell me the sweet nothingness.
Tell you the truth. Like I literally just like picked this. I was watching this already, and I was like, you know what? Like, look, we need something to watch this week, and to cover this week, and KonoSuba is chill, and let's do KonoSuba. Like, and also because I had already finished KonoSuba by then. By the time it was already like in the pool of things to like cover, I'd already finished KonoSuba, so I was already caught up to date with it and everything like that. So yeah.
Wait. When you say up to date, you mean just the season 1 though, right?
No, I've seen season 1 and season 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm fully caught up on KonoSuba. Like I have.
Oh, is it okay? So there's only 2 seasons.
I think there's a third season coming. I don't think it's even live, if I'm correct, because I've seen season 1, I've seen season 2, but I have not found season 3 on Crunchyroll. So if there's a season 3 and it exists, I don't know where it exists and where to find it. I know there's a movie after season 2, so I could probably watch the movie, I guess, because I believe the events of the movie takes place after season 2. But yeah, I'm literally just 2 seasons in, so yeah.
Right. Yeah. So right. Well, wait. But when you told me about just real quick, when you told me about the anime, were you already like into season like?
I believe I was already finished with it.
Oh, you're okay. So you're ready.
I believe the moment I mentioned it, like, let's do KonoSuba, and I said, okay, well, this we're gonna do it on this date. I had already finished it because I actually thought I hadn't, and when I went to like Crunchyroll to like finish up it just said I'd finished everything. So I was like, oh shit, I guess I finished it. So
so no beach scenes that could be spoiled, right? From
literally anything you say, I've seen. Anything you talk about, I'm the one who now is gonna have to think about like, oh, I have to like censor what I say because of the fact that you haven't seen stuff that I have seen. The one thing I can say that is it is a tad bit spoilery about season 2, but it doesn't spoil anything in particular, is that season 2 kind of goes over events in season 1. So season 2 does not really explore a lot of new ground per se. Like later in season 2, but early season 2 is literally, it feels like you're repeating episodes but seen it from different perspectives. That's how season 2 comes across. So at first when season 2 started, I was like, am I watching the right episode? I had to like double check the number and be like, ooh, wait a minute, this is actually season 2, instead of just watch straight through. So yeah, that's the only thing when you get into season 2. That's what you're gonna encounter.
Okay, great. I like I was saying before, I don't know if my mic could pick this part up, but and what I was saying about the whole experience so far, for me, it felt like the makers of KonoSuba, like, I don't know, whenever they did them, I'm not caught up with this. I'm just gonna like simulate a scenario in my head here where they're like, yes, there's gonna be this guy, he's called Rare Entry, he's gonna be born at this date, and we have to prepare this anime for him when he hits around the age of 15, and then he might not pick it up at then, but we need to at least have it launched before that. And then they might have like had some like cut like cut issues back like in their back office where they couldn't like produce it in time, or they weren't happy with what they made, so they just held it back. And then later on down the life, they're like, oh, he stopped watching anime, so now we have time to make it. And then now later now he's 30 and he's sitting and doing this podcast, he will finally be able to big brain this shit and not jump back to the anime that this prescribed for him, because we know that this anime, like, this is how I feel about anime. It feels really the thing is, I'm gonna go into detail on a lot of detail on what I like about it as well.
Oh, don't even worry about it. Just go into it.
For example, right? You have Kazuma. Okay, firstly, I like his name because it reminds me of Tekken. Like the Jin's dad is Kazuma. Is it his dad or is it last name?
I think his last name is Kazuma.
Last name, right? Yeah. But that being aside, like him as a character, I think is super interesting. Like, for example, he is a gamer, right? Like he's like me. He's like me when I was 15. He's like me, even maybe some, I guess, to the extent to this day, right? He's kind of like, I wouldn't say I'm shut in, but you know, like, just go to the mall. Like how I was so relatable when he said he hasn't been outside in such a long while, but he had to go and pick up this new MMORPG that came out. Or was it an MMO or was it a?
To be frank, I don't remember what it was he was gonna collect. All I know is that
RPG or RPG.
I believe it's MMO, because the game does it does sort of emulate the whole setting of a MMO. So yeah, I believe it's an MMO. But go on.
Well, yeah. So all of his his personality, his but what I like about him is he does the one thing that I hate, and chat and people who are listening in post, the thing I don't like about male anime protagonists, especially in this, I would say this is like a kind of harem setting kind of anime, where it's like, it's not a full-on harem, but it's not really like the women aren't just throwing themselves at him, but to a degree, it's a kind of harem with a lot of fan service. Like, goddamn, but the first I actually watched the first episode with my wife, and the first episode, when you see the god Aqua, when you see I keep forgetting their names. When you see Aqua, like when she stands up and she like gets sucked into the pool, like my wife sees her skirt and she's like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, bro, it's just fan service. Like, I know it's cringe, but it's just like 15
did she literally say the words like, "What the fuck is that?" Like,
yeah, she was like, her voice goes from like, oh, it's like Pokemon, you know, to like, what the fuck is that? Reminds me of that girl from School Days, where it's like her voice just changes from like sweet lovey-dovey to like, yo, what the? Anyway, so it just changed. So I like looked at her like, what the hell's wrong with you?
You're like,
I gave her that look.
You're like, yeah, buddy, sup, Homer. Butch.
Like, wait, are you a man? Are you a woman? Like, we could just.
What's up, Butch? How you doing? You know.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, homie?
You're rare. What the fuck is that? No, but anyway, so the show knows what it's doing. The show clearly knows. It's like has like a kind of Deadpool kind of feeling, where it's like breaking the fourth wall, but not really. It's like, it knows, like, because, you know, he's always talking about like, oh, it's RPG elements. Oh yeah, of course, like this, and oh, I need to get stats, and oh, I have high luck. Like, he's referring to stats that he's able to see on his card, and people in that world get to see their stats on their card. It's like, it's it's just, yeah, it's great. But the one thing that he does that is my favorite character trait is he is lewd. He's secret lewd. But the girls are all lewd in their own way, and he like calms them down, and he just calls them out or thinks how fucking lewd they are.
Define. Explain.
Hold on. I literally have to mute myself because I had to cough. Give me 1 sec.
Perfectly fine. I guess to go along with what you stated about the girls being lewd, we have in KonoSuba there, it's the main character, the guy character named Kazuma, and then he's got 3 women traveling with him on his quest. I guess you can call them, they're the members of his party, essentially, the primary members of his party, which include Megumi, who's like this she's what I would consider a lolly. So she's the lolly kind of like mage girl in his party. Then there's Aqua, who is, I guess, what you would expect to be like the main waifu, but because there's a lot of friction between the two of them, not she's she's the goddess basically, and then you have you have Dustinus Ford, who is how do you say it, Lilitina, or
Lilitina,
she likes to go by name is like Darkness.
Yeah, I fucking that is such a great name.
Darkness is the one who lives the most P life of all the characters in this. Darkness is the biggest P life character of everyone, even more than Kazuma.
What do you mean by P life? Can you elaborate for us?
P life. She's a pervert. She lives that pervert life to the toughest tier. Okay. She is definitely the most P life character of the bunch, and we love it. You know, she's hilarious. She does not shy away from her kinks or whatever she likes or doesn't like and all that kind of stuff. And she keeps me laughing. She's kept me laughing throughout this experience of watching KonoSuba. I have
that's great.
I've enjoyed her character, if I do say so. So those are the main characters of KonoSuba. And I guess before we like continue on like rambling on about what we like about the series and what we don't like, I guess the other thing we should mention is what the series is about. And so in KonoSuba, it basically initially starts off with this guy who essentially dies. And when he dies, he's reborn in a video game world, right? Or he's born in a magical world, but essentially the rules of this world are similar to a video game, right? And
he meets a god. He the thing is, you have to also elaborate that he also knows that he's reborn. He still has a memory from his past life.
Yes, he does.
He, like, I think we've talked about this, I think on a previous episode, but he gets to choose a weapon to take with him, but he ends up choosing a goddess because all the weapons had terrible stats, or they just sucked ass in general. So,
I don't think he chose her because of the weapon. She was mocking him. And he was pissed.
He definitely saw the weapons.
But the thing is, like, she was mocking him, and he got pissed, and he was like, "I'm taking you, bitch." Like, it was like, it was more like at least that's what I took away from the interaction where he decided to take her. I took it away as she's like, "Oh, just take whatever. You know, it doesn't really matter. You know, everyone, you're gonna die anyway. Blah blah blah, whatever have you." And she was basically all condescending and kind of rude, I guess. And he was just like, "Oh, so you're gonna be like that, huh? All right, fine then. I'm gonna take you." And then
how she just like writes on, "Oh, you're taking me." Okay, writes it just like on the paper. And she doesn't even.
That's it. Then she realizes, holy shit! Like, oh crap! Like, I have to go with this dude. And it's like the whole setup as she's getting sucked into the world with him and everything. Hilarious, just utterly hilarious. And I like that. I have to say, KonoSuba, one of the things that I guess the primary reason I like KonoSuba so much is it's funny. it's lighthearted and all that kind of stuff. And I do like that funny lightheartedness of KonoSuba. But yeah, he gets sucked into this world with this goddess, and he starts thinking about how he's gonna defeat this Dark Lord or whatever have you. But he goes about it in the way of like as a gamer, but very lazy like. But because of how like he was specced into the world, he's got a lot of what's that word called? He's got a lot of luck.
Yeah, he has a lot of luck, but he has a lot of terrible stats as well. Like he has to work for his stats.
He does have to work his stats, but I think the thing that works in his favor is because of the fact how his approach to things, how he's approaching the world and all that kind of stuff. I think it lends well to the fact that him having luck when he tries, he's learning new abilities, he's leveling up slowly and surely, but by by and by as the series goes on, he becomes more and more useful and he becomes more and more effective at the things that he's doing in the series. He's not like overkill or overpowered or anything like that, but he knows how to use game the series, and he doesn't play with the rules. Like at one point he meets this guy who is like this great hero guy. He got this magical sword and is like amazing, and he basically like starts a duel with this guy and cheats essentially.
He starts the duel by like accept the duel. He accepts the duel, and he waits for him to accept the duel. Yeah, I'm ready, and he just goes straight in for the kill. People have done this. I'm just gonna say in like WoW, people have done this in Black Desert. People do this all the time. You
Really?
press R, which means ready. Yeah, this is a very typical. You press ready, like you wait for them. You say, "Hey, duel for spots," which is the thing we do, right? Just like sidetrack a little bit, but you say duel for spot. They say, "Yeah, sure." As soon as they type R, you hit R as fast as humanly possible and use your max damage skill right on top of them, seize their stinky faces, and blow them up because they're trash human. I mean, sorry, they're terrible players. Which Kazuma does actually do.
He does. He goes straight in, and the guys, everyone's sort of like, that's kind of cheap. Like, why do you do it that way? Why didn't you? You know, that's not loyal. And then he even goes.
Right there, boys. One for the gamers.
But then he goes even further after that as well, whereby the girls in
Well, we need to explain what he does.
Okay, you go on. Like, you explain it.
So basically, he learns a technique from an assassin character, which I have to say, I saw him stealing underwear before it happened. Like, I knew that was gonna happen. Like, I saw this from a mile away. Like, you know how I'm usually kind of, like you see more stuff than I do. Like, I don't know about you when you first saw that scene where he like stole, the rogue girl I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Shadows. Oh no, sorry. Darkness's side like friend character. She's like a really offside character. Well, actually, I thought she was gonna be a part of the main squad.
I didn't. I actually, from what I gathered from watching KonoSuba so far, I kind of gathered that they already had their squad, and every other character that comes in is gonna just be a cameo. And
right, okay.
Because of the fact that KonoSuba is not a very serious series, it's all for the shits and giggles more so than anything else. And so I never took her for like the kind of character that would be like she would join the party and stay, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But go on.
Yeah, so back to his abilities. So he gets this ability called Thief, which, or is it Steal? I'm not sure. One of them. And he's basically able to magically just yoink something off of you. It could be your best item. It could be your worst item. It could be rocks, as they literally explain in the anime that if you have a bunch of rocks in your pocket, you literally just steal one of the rocks. Which sounds very funny because I'm pretty sure like rogues in WoW, for example, they would go and they would steal, they would pickpocket, and I think there's steal in video as well. But like if you steal something, you'd get like a ball of lint or something, which is really stupid, but it's like realistic, right? Because it's like, and obviously you can't steal from something like a boar or like an animal or something, because what are they holding? They don't have pockets, they're not. You know what I mean? So it doesn't work on them, but it works on humanoids. Is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, so how he does the duel is he starts the duel, the dude says ready basically, and then our main character says ready, and then literally just yoinks his best weapon, or like his sword, right away from him, and then bonks it on his head, like straight to horny jail. Get the fuck out of here. He's trying to white knight. He's trying to save Aqua. I won't go too much into detail, but he's trying to save Aqua, and then he just gets outplayed, like literally, like the stats difference from them was. There were levels and skills of we saw this character. He was the great hero. He's the strongest dude there. Like literally everyone in town was talking about him. He would his first entry is him destroying a dragon with like one blow, and then the two waifus he has following him, the two the groupies that he has, they just look at him and then they're like, oh my god, I want your babies, and then he just, and he just one shots them, and then like you said, Q, he threatens the groupies as well with steel, and he's like, it's about to get real breezy down here, if you know what I mean. So I think he's appreciative. I think he's appreciative as a character.
I think the thing that I like about him the most is that he doesn't play by the rules, and he plays with, like, he uses everything at his disposal. He doesn't hold back. Whatever is at his disposal, he uses to win. He doesn't want to lose. He wants to win, and he uses all of the resources at his disposal to win, essentially. And I do like that about his character. I do find a lot of the time, sometimes you're watching an anime or you're watching a game, you're playing a game, and the characters are doing stuff, and you're thinking to yourself, like, why would they do that? That's just stupid. Like, why wouldn't they just like capitalize on what they have? Why wouldn't they do this thing or that thing? And he does the things that you think yeah, like I would cheat. It's like I would use every resource at my disposal to win at this if I had to,
Yeah.
you know, like that is the logical way to like do something like this. And I like the fact that he does that. I like the fact that he's not just I mean, and other than that too, like for him, the way he thinks about characters and stuff like that, the way he approaches like the female characters and stuff like that, he's like, I don't give a shit if you're male or female, like I'll bust you down, man, like I don't give a shit, like, you know, like, he's not about this whole like chivalry or anything like that. He's like, look, if you square up to me, I'm gonna fight you straight. Like I don't give a shit, like at the end of the day. And I like that about his character. He's very straightforward, very real, if you know what I mean. And
he treats everyone. Yeah, he treats everyone equally, and I think though, what I like is he also doesn't just like simp. You know, he's not simpy. He's like he will simp if given the opportunity, I'm sure. But as soon as he sees some like flaw, some unintelligence, he points it out. Maybe not to them, but to the viewer, because he's still respectable. You know, he's still like trying to be respectful as well. Like to
an extent.
But I want to know: would you say that the main character is? Would you give him the smart card because he uses all the resources, right?
I think he is smart. I think of the characters in KonoSuba, I think he's one of the smarter ones. I genuinely think he is one of the smarter characters in KonoSuba. So if you ask me, do I think he's smart? Yeah, he's smart. Like, because Aqua is stupid. Like, she's straight up a dum dum. Like, she's.
Did you see that burn he did? So I don't know if you remember this. I might be able to repeat it like loosely. But do you remember the burn he told her when he realized something?
Which one is it? He's told her quite a few actually. He's told her quite a few burns. He's had quite a few mean moments, quite a few mean statements towards her. So which one are you referring to? To which do I owe the pleasure of this I guess mention?
Well, so he checks his level. I think it's like close to the end of the season. He checks his level. He sees all his stats are going up. You know, as one does. You know, when they level up. And then she was flaunting at him to get off the sofa of the house that they just got, and she wanted to sit in front of the fireplace. And she was like, you know, move, peasants. Your god demands that, you know. She was having a little bitchy moments, which, you know, she has a lot of them, I guess. And the insult he delivers to her is that he notices that her card, all her stats, they don't really move much, but some of them got better. But he realized her intelligence stayed the same. So he was like, all this power and her intelligence per level up didn't move up, like it didn't budge an inch, which was so funny because it's just like, I'm just like, God, and she's like she's falling into the category where probably wisdom and intelligence is like her two main stats, and she's not getting any of them. She's basically a grown, I want to say like the equivalent of a man-child, but if woman, like that, you know,
a woman child.
A woman child.
Well, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Aqua is a woman child. You know, Aqua is a grown woman child on KonoSuba. I didn't say this. This is all Rare, right? I think Aqua is cute, right? But Rare thinks she's a woman child. So yeah, you heard it here first. I think she's just dense. I think Aqua is quite dense. I think she does.
But she's bitchy though. She's bitchy. She's not like dense like from Spike's family. You know, she has.
Yeah, but the thing with Yo is like Yo is kind of like comical, cute, dense. Like in a sense, like she's. I think the thing with Yo is that like she basically is like in certain circumstances she's intelligent, but it's more like she's oblivious.
Like right or wrong, and like
she's oblivious to things that like other people would probably like notice and stuff like that because of her inexperience or whatever have you. I think the thing with Aqua is she a dum dum. Like she's lacking some brain cells. Is essentially the difference between Aqua and Yo. Aqua is lacking some brain cells, straight up.
Rest in peace to all you Aqua fanboys. I'm sorry. You called your girl a dummy.
Hey, it is what it is.
She dummy thick though, but
well, you know, it is what it is. You know, dumb and cute. That's basically. So
I have a question of the day though, like a real good question that we could just pop up on the
one for poll or just like
one
just
for the poll and one for post as well. Like,
okay, let's hear the question.
It's gonna be the generic one, you know. Who's the waifu? Who's your waifu? Let's say that should.
Okay, so who is your KonoSuba waifu? Are you gonna answer first while I make the poll?
Yeah, I can do that. Right. I'm actually curious on what you think it is more than anything, but
I think I know who your KonoSuba waifu is.
I feel like you already know. It's clearly Megumin, right? Like, come on, let's be real.
You serious?
No, I'm fucking with you.
Because I'm thinking it's darkness, to be honest.
Of course it. Oh god! Don't get me wrong, though. I will tell you something. You know, we ain't having that lolly discussion again. We're past that. We're grown. Me and Q, we have evolved beyond that. You know, we're two homies now. We're chilling more together. Actually, we've been chilling a bit less together than usual, but for the most part,
we have been chilling a lot less than usual. But I can say from next week I will actually have a lot more free time because the family's taking a trip to. Well, they're taking a trip. I'm not gonna say where. But they're taking a trip without me, so I'm not gonna be on this trip, and that means I'm gonna be home alone, and I'm gonna have freedom. So sorry,
man caving.
Actually, I'll be working. So I do plan to spend most of the time working, but I do also plan to spend some of that time like actually just having some fun and engaging and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things I plan to do, I'll mention the podcast in a bit. That's essentially. Wow, why did my light just turn off? Someone just turned off my light. So yeah, go on.
So my question for you is obviously I'm gonna have to bounce it back to you. Who's your wife? Actually wait? I would like to guess before you say.
Okay, go for it.
I want to say we're gonna be fighting for the same waifu. That's my first guess. Darkness. Brother Darkness.
Do you believe that Darkness is the waifu that I would choose in KonoSuba?
If we have to choose the main three, unless there's a side character that I don't know about.
I mean, there are side characters. There are side characters who pop up in it. Like, for example, Wiz. Have you met Wiz yet?
Yes. She comes in the last few episodes.
Right, Wiz, and then there's Luna. She's the lady at the blonde lady at I guess
the quest giver kind
of the quest giver one. And then there's Chris. Right. She's like
the rogue?
Yes, the rogue character. So they are all, I guess, waifus in their own right to a certain extent. But
are we adding them in our post?
Hell no. All I've done is I've put other as an option, so like people can just vote other, and if they have another waifu, they need to comment. So if you have someone outside of the ones that we've highlighted, you need to bloody well drop a comment, because we are not, the pool can't have unlimited amounts of waifus, essentially. But I'll be honest with you. My choice is actually Aqua.
oh my god, he has a thing for dumb girls. All you dumb ladies are.
I like Aqua. And here's the thing, right?
Let's hear it.
I think Darkness is way too freaky for me. Like, I think Darkness kind of she on that crazy level.
You mean that Darkness is too freaky for you?
Yeah, Aqua. Darkness is thirsty. Like, she needs her thirst quenched in a really. She is proper thirsty. Like, thirsty with a capital T and a capital H. Thirsty, right? She is. I
could quench. I'm just saying, I could quench. You know,
I don't think anyone can ever quench Darkness's thirst. Right? Damn. It's. I think it's unquenchable how thirsty she is. So. Right. For me, yeah, Darkness is, she lived that next level thirst, and I do not waifu Darkness at all. I find Aqua to be waifuable because I think the thing with Aqua is that despite the fact that she's dense, like I do like Aqua's design the most out of all of them. Yes, there's a percentage of that because her skirt leaves a lot to the imagination. But
Wait, you think so?
yes,
I feel like that's only like in the anime physics world. In real life, that shit has been. Hey, look,
I don't
hate
even know.
on it.
Like
I
the
like
thing,
it as well. You know,
the thing I find myself wondering a lot with Aqua is she wearing any pantsuit? Like I spent a lot of time like thinking about that. Like as I was watching it, I was like is she? Because the way in which it's presented, it almost seems like she's wearing nothing underneath there. The way the camera angles move, but then it makes me wonder if like is that canon and like is she just walking around no clothes on, or does she have pantsuit and it's just really like a thong or something? Like what's she working with? You know?
Yeah.
And despite the fact that Aqua is dense, I feel like she's adorable. She's like a puppy, like a cute little Aqua puppy. You know, like she's a bit klutzy and a bit weird, but when you need her, Aqua comes up clutch. Like she's a powerhouse to a certain extent in certain circumstances and so forth. And yes,
Right.
she's kind of dense. You know, she is really dense, but I like Aqua. I like Aqua. I think she's cute, and her blue hair and her little you know, she nice little skirt and all that kind of stuff. And I think with Megumi, it's straight up like yeah, I can't waifu with Megumi. She proper lolly, right? And I'm a no. Like she a big hat.
The thing is, how old is Megumi before?
Megumi is like from she has to be around the same age as her friend, the other chick that comes in, the other maid chick that comes in later.
I haven't gotten there yet, so I don't know.
Frack. Spoilers.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I feel like this is the kind of show like, okay, I'm just looking forward to it more than fuck, she gets a friend like.
Okay, so Megami has to be like she's proper aged. Like she's not, and this is like I don't think Megami is like a proper, like she is what I would consider a lolly, but she's like of age, so she has to be around the same age as the main character or whatever have you in canon, I guess. Within canon, she's probably according to her IMDb page, is between 13 and 14 years old. And the main character is 17 in canon. So yeah, Megumi is younger than him. So she is lolly as frack. Dustiness is 18 in canon according to Wikipedia. To my anime list, sorry. And Aqua is she's a goddess, so she probably like a couple million years or something. So like
infinity.
Some kind of infinite time loop of space
but
and
she's
time.
Like 2,000 years old. Come on, FBI's like that won't hold up in court, buddy.
You're gonna be arrested. Go to horny prison. Boink.
You go to jail now.
So that's at least. And again, I don't know if that's canon, like her age or whatever have you, because obviously this is on my anime list, and people make those lists and all that kind of stuff. Right. But I would say she is I'd take Aqua as my favorite, and second to Aqua would probably be Senna. And if you don't remember who Senna is she's basically like the police chief kind of girl with the black hair and the glasses, and comes in to like arrest them. She comes from the capital. The prosecutor girl. Do you know who I'm talking about? This is season 1. She did make an appearance in season 1. So
yeah, right at the end.
So she comes to arrest them. I like her. I think she's cute. You know, so she get a wife.
I don't know much about her yet. So she did look fine though. She you know who she actually gave me some vibes of? Who? She gave me Suzanne from High School of the Elite. She gave me her look like a more older Suzanne. Like she had the kind of
She definitely isn't.
No,
like
okay.
This is like
that's because we don't know anything about her from where I'm at.
Right you don't, but I do. I'm just saying, like she definitely ain't no Suzanne. Like,
okay. Can we talk about Megumi a little bit though? Like a little bit more.
Go for it.
Because for me, right now, I should say, actively and previously, I heard about KonoSuba, and I knew very little. I knew, I knew it was like semi-harem just by looking at the anime. And the one thing that I did know, like the only other real thing that I know about KonoSuba was that it's a very popular anime, because of Megumin's voice actor saying explosion on the stage when they were getting interviewed, like in Japan.
Is
For
it
like Comic-Con or whatever it was? Yeah, like Anime-Con or whatever it was in Japan they have there. And her saying explosion, and then I looked up the attack and I searched up Megumin, which apparently was a really weird name that I didn't even know that was a weird name in like where she's from in her world. I had no idea what the plot about KonoSuba was. Nothing. But I do know about explosion. And I know this so well because I literally have my character in BDO, my witch. She has an attack called Meteor, and she literally like says some stuff, but it's like she doesn't speak English or like Korean or Japanese or anything. She just speaks whatever they speak there, and it literally like summons that little like circular thing. It's not as big as like all the explosions you get to see, especially like that last one at the end of season 1, like the big one with like the multiple rings and it like nuked that walking city. But so for me, like Megumin, she was like, I was like, oh, maybe she's because I didn't. Looking at it from like not knowing anything about it, I thought Megumin and her were Megumin and the main character were like buddy, like how Aqua and the main character was. I thought Aqua came in like later. Like if I had to like look at the cast, that's how I would have guessed it. So for
Hello? Did we just lose Ray again?
legs are bandaged up and the other leg has a leggings on.
Ray, Ray, we just lost you for like a split second there. Can you repeat that? God. Yeah, we're having technical difficulties tonight, guys. I'm not sure what it is tonight. We are having at the beginning there have been a bit, and so far right now we just had another one there. Apologies for all these technical difficulties, but go on, Ray.
Oh no, this is terrible.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine. That's what happens when you do live. Like you kind of have to expect these sort of things to happen. So yeah.
Technical difficulties, I guess. Yeah. It is. I have to say though, one thing with Malta, just like off subject real quick. When it rains, so when it's coming to know what it is, rainy season. I won't say it's rainy season because that's what we have in the Caribbean. It's just winter as they call it here, but it's still fall, right?
Yeah. It's fall right now. It'll be winter, and like I feel like
here?
Like here in the UK, I kind of feel like we get to winter when it's about I think like November ish. I feel like when I start to feel like it's getting like, because like right now we're still getting temperatures within like 15 degrees. Like I'm going out in shorts and stuff. Like so
yeah.
So it's not what I would consider, because in winter I'm not wearing no bloody shorts. Like that's not unless of course if I'm going running or something. I'm going for a run or I'm cycling. I'm not wearing bloody shorts in winter, right? So yeah, that is just the case. So but yes,
I just like winter basically just happens, I guess. Like we start calling it winter even though it's like fall.
Yeah.
And then what happens is it rains a lot and my internet gets messed up by it. So it's really annoying because like come on, like you guys have cables for the internet, right? Like you didn't just like leave them out on the open field somewhere for some like cow to step on or something, like you know what I mean? Like come on. But and that's just me throwing some shit. That's like the one bad thing with Malta. It's like when it rains, it ruins, like the roads are flooded. It's like you can take a surfboard and go outside and start surfing on the roads. Because
how is it with like on an off topic? How is it with, since you mainly play MMOs? How do you still play your games then when the weather is bad? Like, do you just not play anything?
So winter season, I just moved back to Sweden real quick, and and then I get to continue playing. Only
Are you
for
serious?
No. I love that you sound so.
I was like, bloody hell! Like you are dedicated to your MMOs.
I'm dedicated. No, but no. Every time it's winter, and I always think, oh fuck yes, it's summer. I'm not gonna have any lag. There's not gonna be DCs. There's not gonna be any power because we get power outages. Like I had 3 hours yesterday without internet. The day before we had a power outage. I was actually really fast. It was only an hour, which is really fast. Sometimes we get up like half a day and stuff. It's super weird. Because we get our electric and stuff, all that stuff from like most of the shipping is from Italy basically. But yeah, and then when it goes back to winter season and back to gaming, I guess like when it comes to winter, it's like fuck, it's like the lag, and then when it's summer, it's like it's summer. I don't have lag, but I don't want to be inside anymore. I kind of want to just go outside. So like, especially the beginning of summer, I love going outside at the beginning of summer and at the end of summer. But in the middle of the summer, it's so hot and humid indoors. So it's like a lose-lose situation is what I'm trying to say. It's like you're losing because it's like you want to go outside because it's summer, and you're losing because in winter it's like you don't want to go outside, but the internet is bad.
I'm surprised anyone likes summer. I hate summer, to be honest. Like, it's just my least favorite season is summer.
You hate summer, really?
Yeah, it's because it's bugs, man. Like, I can't stand the bloody bugs. Like, they're just always there. They're like
mosquitoes.
Well, we don't get mosquitoes here. At least I've never really noticed any mosquitoes, but at least any, like, not like the ones that you find in the Caribbean, at least. But I think the thing for me at summer is that, you know, you have flies, a lot of flies, so you can't leave your windows open because flies will fly in. You have bees, they fly in as well. And then you have a lot of spiders as well. Spiders crop up a lot during the summer. They pop up with all the other bugs. And other than that, you have slugs and just a lot of bugs. Gross shit just starts turning up during the summer. Whereas in the winter, none of that shit is around. Like, all of them just go in the woods and die or something. I don't know what the frack they do and wait till they can come back. So winter is probably my favorite because like they're not there, if you know what I mean. Like, they just go away. Obviously, there's the colder temperature, but I think I've gotten accustomed to, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I just wear socks and I'm good. So, like, yeah. Did your internet just disconnect? What is that I'm seeing on your screen? Do you not have internet?
Yeah, I actually don't have internet right now. Like, literally.
How are we on this call?
No, I do. It just came back. Sorry. But yeah, I got the gist of what you were saying. The summer,
it really flies. Is your internet. That's the problem why you be cutting out all this time.
Yeah. Maybe we have to have this episode maybe a bit shorter.
Perfectly fine. And yeah, it kind of gives us a reason for you to finish KonoSuba, and we can come back and talk about it some more. So
yeah. I'm definitely we talked about Chainsaw Man. I just really briefly is episode 2 out, just real quick? Do you know?
So about Chainsaw Man episode 2, right? I actually did something really not something I would recommend to everyone, but I did it. And I basically used this app called Meetup and went and met some random stranger peoples in my town.
Right.
Last night to watch Chainsaw Man. And I was 50% afraid I was going to get axe murdered. And so
not chainsawed, come on, like.
So I basically what I ended up doing was I found him on the app and I filled in the thing that said, like, hey, I'm interested in coming to see this thing with you guys and all that kind of stuff. RSVP'd. And then the girl who's like hosting it, like, she basically had this sort of like option where you can actually I should say the lady, because she is a lady, where she was saying, like, hey, I can pick you up in town, you know, if anyone needs a pickup, you know, I'll be by the train station or whatever have you. And I said, nah, I'm good, like, I'll cycle over. Right now, my reasoning for cycling over is that if I jump in a car with stranger people and they wanted to like hold me down and beat the shit out of me, I can't get out, right? And also, if I have my bike, I have an escape route whenever I need. So I basically cycled over. I carried my own refreshments. I had popcorn and I had juice in a cup. I wasn't drinking any alcohol because I was like, if I get intoxicated against around stranger people, I don't know what the frack could happen. So I was like, I'm gonna have to have juice. And
you're down, bro. You took precautions. I would have just gone there, put my foot on their fucking table, ate all their food, drank all their shit. I
literally dropped a geotag in WhatsApp for to make sure that if anything happened, like, I could be found, you know. But that being said, it was all for nothing because they were wonderful people. They were nice. They were great hosts. We ended up watching Chainsaw Man episode 1 together. Episode 2, together. And it was good. It does leave you wanting more because the episodes seem so short when you're watching one episode at a time. So we ended up watching another anime called something Neverland or something.
Dead Man Wonderland?
No. I was watching it. It's on Netflix and it's on Crunchyroll. But I'm trying to remember the name. I can check my Netflix on my phone, I guess. to see what the name of it. But it's something Neverland, and it's basically an anime about these kids who. Why is Netflix asking me if I want notifications? No, I don't. Skip. I don't want shit popping up on my phone. Netflix has a bad habit. I don't. To be honest, I don't want any apps telling me like, "Hey, do you want to watch this shit?" Like, nah, fam. Like, leave me alone. Because then they're gonna
you're not that relevant. Yeah.
They'll nag you. Essentially, is what these apps do. Like the minute that they have, and that's one of the things I love about my Pixel is that I can choose which apps are allowed to send shit to me, so I can turn off notifications for a lot of stuff, and that's good enough for me because then I don't actually have to see all the bloody notifications and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to find the name of this bloody anime in my list because I was watching it last night, but I can't seem to find it. This is bollocks.
So tell us about the evening though. You were there.
I wasn't axe murdered. Stuff. So it was basically
you weren't axe murdered. We could confirm that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, chat.
I live and breed. Essentially, what I did was when I got there, the host of this event, she opened the door and she let me in, and there was another.
Can you give us like a description, like how old were they, like roughly between ages what and what?
So we were when I got in, there was this again. So it was the host and this other girl that were there, this other lady that was there, right at the door. Mm-hmm. Now I assumed they were all younger than me because they're doing an anime movie night thing. I thought like they're all uni students or something, like they're all kids. Turns out they're all around the same age as us. So I was like, bloody hell, like these are mature anime fans. They know their anime. So we got into some serious conversations and all that kind of stuff about our anime and all that kind of stuff, which was good. It's pretty good to have those sort of conversations with mature anime people. And then they have arrangements to go to see different movies together, and they're going to go to Comic-Con together, and they have like drink nights together and all this sort of stuff. So I was like, well, these are my kind of people. I don't mind hanging out with them, So I have cemented myself in this group,
anime cults where they're gonna sacrifice you to the anime overlords.
Well,
they're just trying to fatten you up. Trust me. I
know they're not allowed to just yet. I'm sort of. I'm not plump, so.
No, you're definitely not plump enough. No.
I don't know. I'm not what they're looking for in that sense. But yeah, it was just nice. Because the thing is for me is that with everyone, the whole family leaving for like a week and me just being home by myself and all that kind of stuff, it makes it quite clear to me, that I don't really have a lot of like mates that live near me, IRL. And I actually said that to them. I was like, when I was telling them my reasoning for like turning up and all that kind of stuff, I was like, I don't really have a lot of IRL mates here. And one of the guys was like, wait, did you just use internet lingo in like real life? And I was like, yes, should I not?
He called you the fuck out.
Yeah. So like, but pretty much everyone in the group were older people. I think the youngest person there was like 27, I think. Oh, okay. So yeah, they were older people, and we just had a grand old time talking about anime and watching anime together and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the night, they drove. Some of them got in their cars. The ones who were being picked up, who were being dropped off by the host, she dropped them off, and then I cycled back home. And it was a good cycle back, to be honest. Like it was mostly downhill going back from theirs. So right. It was quite exhilarating. I have to say the best time to cycle is at night when it's dark and there's like no one on the road and you could just like open up your bike power pedals and just go, man, And the good thing about cycling at night as well is that there's a shit ton more visibility at night than in the day, because on a bike you have lights on your bike, so cars can see you before you even get close to them. So coming around a blind corner, you can actually see a car coming because you'll see the lights first before you see the car, right? Whereas in the day, you can't see shit. You have to wait till you hear something, and that's if you hear something because the wind is whooshing past your ears. Whereas at night, you can see a lot of stuff at night because of the fact that, well, you can see light. So you see light long before you see anything else. So yeah, I have to say I do love cycling at night, and I do plan to make another visit to this thing, Oh. So the name of the second anime, by the way, is called Promised Neverland. That's the name of it.
Promised Neverland.
Yeah, the Promised Neverland. I've heard of that one. I had heard of it before, but I kind of skipped on it, and then they had suggested it for the second anime for the night. So because of the fact that that Chainsaw Man is just one episode and the one episode will go by so quickly, they had a second anime prepped to go, so we just didn't like just get there, watch a 20-minute or 25-minute anime and then leave, you know. So it was just nice. It was nice to hang out with the people there. I didn't really get to know them well enough because obviously it was my first time going there, and you know we didn't stay that long. But hopefully I'll get to know them even more, and hopefully they'll just be listening to this podcast in the future, because I do plan to recommend it to them and mention to them that I am talking about them right now. And they were wonderful to me that first night, and thank you for not axe murdering me. So
we appreciate you guys not axe murdering our lovely hosts. Please don't do them in the future as well. Thank you.
So yes, oh my god, someone went on the wrong hole.
Yeah, we all got the calls. I mean, I'm still recovering from my sickness, but
I am not sick.
Well, no, yeah, but I am. I'm recovering from it still.
Getting sick is for weak people. So
I have to say though, I'm very impressed with you, and I don't know, like I feel like I'm very extroverted, but I am still very shy. It's like a weird extroversion conversion rate where it's like I'll be very open online. In real life I'll be very shy. Like I'm not like some internet tough guy, you know, but like in real life I think I would just be like super awkward, like even though I don't think, like, you know, like I'm not like very chubby or very like I guess unattractive or like really incel-y in that sense. Like I'm not, you know, someone who just never knows how to socialize. My dad kind of like was always like really rough with me and always like pushing me to go out and talk to people. So for example, like at school, I wasn't the quiet kid. I was probably one of the more louder kids. But I feel like meeting up with people for the first time, I would be so nervous. I don't know about you, like your first few moments, but I would have been so nervous. Maybe you were as well. I don't know.
Like when you say meeting new people, like if I get
like when you were getting there, right? And you got to you were biking, you know, it's getting late or whatever, and then you're biking there, and then when you arrive and you're like right in front of the door, and you know the person's there, and you know everyone's inside there, and you don't know what to expect. You know, my heart would be racing, and then I'd be going through like every fucking scenario that's possible. Like, do they have a pet Godzilla in there? Like, you know, like what if they're aliens? You know, like okay, not really. I wouldn't think about that.
Aliens? But, you know, what the frack?
Aliens. No, but I would go in there. And I would take a lot of stuff, and I'd be like, oh god, maybe I should just back. I would in my head, I would last minute not want to knock on the door and just turn around and be like, fuck it.
Yeah, nah, I've got balls, so like, yeah.
Look, if you invited me over, I would have been like, fuck yeah, I know who I'm meeting, you know, for more or less, right?
I have to say, though, I agree with you. I understand where you're coming from. I understand, like, all jokes and everything aside, I understand the perspective of where you're coming from. You know, you're going to a new place, you don't know the people, you know, there are nerves involved. For me, I basically just sort of like, if I've already made a decision to go, then I'm just gonna do it. You know, it's like I'm just gonna do the shit, you know. And so like once I got there, it was sort of a thing whereby I just sort of like said to myself, like, okay, I'm gonna join the conversation, we're gonna have a chat, you know, and all that kind of stuff, and we're gonna watch some anime. And yeah, that's kind of what I did. I didn't really make a big, I wasn't too worried, I guess, about what the interaction with everyone was going to be, more so than I'd already put all my precautions in order. Like, I wasn't going to drink. I had my bike. I had a loud siren kind of light thing that I had for, like, you know, that I have. It's like a torchlight if you pull the thing, it blares out a massive siren kind of song. And I just sort of like made sure I kept my wits about me the whole night. I wasn't intoxicated and so forth, and it was good. Is Bamsi clapping? No, it wasn't Chrono Fantasy. Like I was pretty calm. I was chill, you know. Nothing really bothered me too much with regards to being there. And again, it was like, I think what kind of kept me a bit calm was that when I got into the living room where they were hosting this sort of thing, I noticed in the living room, it was like, because the host of it is she's a woman. And what I noticed in the living room, because I try to be observant of my surroundings. There were like
on the wall, you know.
There were no axes on the wall, but also they had like there were pictures up like couple pictures of the lady with one of the blokes that was there, right? And I'd already kind of sussed out that they were a couple thing because of the fact that on the thing for the RSVP it said like him and her were the hosts for the night and to that extent I was kind of like, okay, cool, like they know each, like they're a couple because like they've got lovey-dovey pictures all over their living room and all that kind of stuff. So I was chill, like, okay, cool. And the guy was pretty chill. He seemed like he's Spanish, so he had a like sort of like a Spanish accent. She had an English accent. And then there was one girl who was there. She seemed to have an American accent.
Really? Okay.
But again, I didn't get time to ask to like get to know anyone like proper. So I don't know where any of them are from or anything like that.
Like I just backgrounds.
Right. Yeah, I don't know their backgrounds in any way, shape, or form. It was because we were mainly watching the anime, and briefly between certain segments, we were like chatting about certain scenes, or we would or after the episode, we chatted a bit more about different things, like different shows and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but I guess, you know, the next time I meet up with them, you know, we'll get a chat some more, or maybe if we meet in a different sort of setting. They have a plan to go see the movie Black Adam in town, so I will be joining them for that. I've already RSVP'd.
Ooh.
I will be going because I mean the family's gonna be away for that week while Black Adam is in theaters. So I'm gonna go meet these nice people in town, and we're gonna go hang out and watch the movie. So yeah, I'm making some new friends, I should say acquaintances. We ain't friends yet, but I'm getting to know these people, and so far they seem to be nice people. We'll see how well they make it past the acquaintance stage, or if they just remain acquaintances based on their interactions with yours truly.
But their lack of murdering you as well,
and their lack of axe murdering me, definitely. So yeah, that's generally what I did with regards to the second episode of Chainsaw Man. With regards to back to KonoSuba though, like
wait, quick before we switch to KonoSuba, do we have any future plans? Maybe like next episode, are we doing KonoSuba, or are we doing just for the viewers? Honestly,
like what's the next episode of this show? Because obviously the next episode will be on Sunday. We could do KonoSuba again on Sunday, if you want to, or we could jump into something else. Honestly, I wouldn't mind jumping into that anime I watched, which is I just said the name of it. Neverland.
The Wonderland anime. Neverland.
Yes, I gotta open back up my Netflix app and like go to the search tab and all that kind of shit. What's the name of this again? The Promised Neverland. Yeah.
Neverland. Okay.
I think I would like to jump into that because I've been watching it. I haven't finished it yet, but I started it with my not axe murderer people, and I've kept and thanks for typing it in the chat so I don't forget. I don't forget anymore. The Promised Neverland. So essentially, I would love to like watch that one. It's on Netflix and it's on Crunchyroll as well. There's dub and sub. The guys at the stream, the guys and gals at the stream wanted to watch it in sub because they were like the dub is terrible to them. Right. I don't give a shit. I watched it in dub. I came home. I put on the dub. I was like, you know what? I don't give a shit. Like, I don't got time in the middle of the night when I'm trying to.
You think if you asked for sub or for dub, you think they would have looked at your phone and probably kicked you
out of the house? I think they'd probably kick me out of the house. They'd be like, this swine, you know, not appreciating this anime the proper way it should be. Disgusted, despicable. How dare he watch his anime with subs? with dub. Huh? Yeah, because like the way they were talking about like, for example, the way the characters they're like, you know, we put on the anime and we saw the first few scenes and I heard the character's voice and it was like, so nope, can't watch it. And I put it on and I was like, seems about right to me. Let's go.
Wait, but did you suggest?
Hell no. Like I was the new guy. The new guy sits down and just enjoys the experience. Yeah, you know, like and to be frank, I wasn't bothered by sub because it's fine. I'm fine with reading sub while I'm sitting upright and I'm, you know, and they had a projector and everything, so it was fine. If I'm at home and I'm laying in bed, which is like how most of my anime watching happens. I am not reading anime sideways. Right? I'm not reading. I want dub at that point in time. I'm laying in bed. I don't give a shit. The dub is fine. Exactly, Chrono. The dub is fine. Like I'm laying sideways in bed. You know, I'm watching a dub. I'm not giving a shit. You know. Now if I'm meeting up with people who want to watch with subs, I can watch with subs. I'm sitting upright. I'm fine. If I'm laying in bed, I'm watching no bloody sub in bed. Like it's just not happening. Right. I need English voices, so I don't have to like sit upright in bed and like focus on the words, and I can enjoy the anime for what it is, you know. So yes, I watch in sub, and they will probably hear this in the podcast when I suggest them that they listen to it. Hopefully they do.
Then you lose them.
And then
they either axe murder you.
Then it's either they axe murder me or they consider me a filthy dub peasant. You know, like
yeah.
Like what? Like I'll come into the room for anime night and they'll be like,
"We know your secrets. Sorry."
Despicable.
How they just don't answer the door. They just like, "Who are you?" Like,
they're like, "Oh, it's cute. Let's pretend we're not home." Like turn down the anime. you can hear everybody inside. Like just turn down the anime.
No, you come, you like knock on the door, you ring the doorbell, and the lights just all turn off in the house like really quickly. And
not just that too. Like I go to the window, I look in the window, and they're watching it, and they just pull the curtains. Like.
Oh
my
God,
God,
that's sad.
Yeah,
that's a heartbreaker right there.
It would be a heartbreaker. You know, I would cry definitely. But yeah, I mean, granted, it was an experience. It was genuinely a nice experience. I mean, it sounds
wonderful. It's
not something I would recommend to everyone because, you know, as I say, like I don't know these people. Like we just met for the first time in this setting, and I would have probably preferred to meet it like in a public setting first before going home to someone's house at night to watch anime. But that being said, I just made sure I was prepared before I got there. You know, geotag dropped in the WhatsApp. You know, so if anything happens, they know where I am. You know, make sure I'm not intoxicated. Make sure I had my own food. Make sure I had my own way to get there and to leave. All those things properly planned out, and I felt like I was good. Like I put in the plan, and that was all I needed to sort of like get through the whole experience of it all. And thankfully, the experience was wonderful, and the people there were nice enough, and they treated me nicely. So I do appreciate that. So thank you to my new people. By the way, how the frack is Megumin still like neck and neck with Aqua in this pool? Like what's going on with our viewers, man? Like what the frack?
What I want to know is why darkness is the last place. God
yeah,
damn, yo, sure.
No. Darkness is a perv, dude. Like, and people, no matter what people like pervs, but then there's a limit. Darkness goes too far again, and I will use the. She's perfect. Because you're a crazy person. But the point is I'll use the example from Tropic Thunder. She went full. You never go full perv, girl. You just never go full perv. She went full perv. So unfortunately, no, it's too much.
Nah, for me, bro. I mean, I'm just saying she's the female version of if I was an anime character, she'd be the female reincarnation of my perviness. Just
so like, you want to be like beaten and stuff and like dragged across the floor, and you know, when you see someone attack you, like, oh, just they're gonna hurt me. Oh, can't wait. That's you.
Okay, listen, I would probably still use a shield. Okay, I would probably, if I was the tank or like the Crusader class, I would probably use a shield on my body. But in bedroom, yes. Just fucking, you know, everything. Like I'm gonna
beat the shit out of you. Like if your missus comes into the bedroom with like a whole cricket bat. No, I'm not even. I'm talking. She comes in with a cricket bat and like spikes and shit and you know, like,
yes.
You didn't even wait for the finish.
You don't need to finish. You don't need to finish. Just yes.
She comes with a hot iron, you know, just plugs in the iron. All right, let's go.
Okay, I've gotten beaten by iron before, yeah.
Because for darkness, you bring something like that. It doesn't like with her. It doesn't matter how dangerous shit gets. Like she wants it. Like She wants it like when like stuff is about to blow up or like like something's about to like she knows there's no way she's gonna survive this. She's like, oh, I need this in my life. Like that's the kind of character she is. She's thirsty, as I say, with a capital T and a capital H. Thirsty. So darkness is working with.
The rest of the thirsty is fucking common, but the T and the H are specific.
Exactly. There's a specifically
can I
capital.
Just say, though, with all the shade being thrown on darkness, right? Firstly, Sister Darkness. That's what the first thing I'm gonna say. She ain't black, but Sister Darkness. She's a sister, right?
She's not bloody sister, but go on.
You look at her, you see, it's like that scene in White Chicks. Damn, you ever see a white chick with a black girl's ass? But she got the whole fucking shebang, man. I just wanna anytime she thirsts, I'm just gonna thirst. But the thing is, I don't think she appreciates you being thirsty towards her or around her, because you remember the shower scene, right? You remember the shower scene with the whole succubi and
yes,
and Mr. main character trying to get his Bergeron in the night with a friggin' trying to get some wet dreams more or less, but they're like, God, that succubi scene. God damn. Look, I have to say, the immature rare, the 15-year-old rare, as I like to call him, he's in there and that hamster wheel is churning. The 30-year-old rare, the 15 plus 15-year-old rare, he. I don't like that it's so sexual. But then I remember I sit down and I thought to myself, why am I if it was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I'd have been like a hater. I'd been like, oh God, of course, yeah, of course her boobies are jiggling that much. It's anime. What am I? No, I'm just like, you know what? I think to give a tribute, or not a tribute, but to please my own self in a sense where I can be okay with it. It's like I go to a Transformers movie and I just don't get why people just don't like the movie because it's too much action or too much explosions. And I'm like, the fuck were you expecting from a Transformers movie, my dude, from Michael Bay? There's gonna be explosions. There's gonna be Megan Fox bending over a car. There's gonna be that shit. What are you expecting? You ain't going there to look at some.
They're expecting philosophical conversation about
you see, we are Decepticons.
The physics of how cars work.
Oh my dude, fuck off! Get the fuck out the cinema. Go jerk off in a fucking corner in your room and leave the fucking cinema. Stop ruining the movie for the motherfuckers, bro. I had a fucking not my cousin, but my cousin's friend. Mm-hmm. He literally ruined freaking Transformers for me. And there's a real.
How did he ruin Transformers?
He was complaining. He was like, "Bro, that car wasn't because they both car nerds." But my cousin was loving it, and he knows that I like it.
Cars don't drive like that. It's not real car physics.
It's like, bro, but they're not even real fucking cars, dumbass. They're literal aliens. They're robots. No, they're actually aliens. If you know the fucking lore, then you know that It's like, bro, I don't have to explain this to some retard. Go out of the fucking cinema, dude. Go touch your dick in your car. Go fuck your car and sniff some meat, and then fuck your car again. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm pissed off. But god damn, look, listen, I get it. You watch a movie, you didn't like it, you didn't feel like it was worth your money. Don't ruin the experience for other motherfuckers, okay? Some motherfuckers out there, we just trying to enjoy life and move on, And enjoying life. Back to freaking enjoying getting stepped on. Shadow, for me, she
did you call her Shadow?
I keep calling her Shadow because for some weird reason. Yes, Darkness. Shadow, aka Darkness, right?
Shadow is someone who was supposed to be on this episode tonight with us chatting about this, but he mixed up the days for some reason. So he did say he wanted to come on and talk about KonoSuba. And when I messaged him, I was like, hey, you down? You ready to go? He was like, oh shit, I'm in work. I don't finish until 6:30. I was like, yeah, that's late for us.
Maybe Sunday. Maybe Sunday if you've seen this.
Maybe Sunday. Yeah, we'll see.
I'm down. We need a guest. People in post probably like, yo, get some other guests. You guys suck. But yeah, no. So with the shower scene, right? I loved. Sorry, I'm not yelling because I'm excited, but I really loved the main character, the way he switched from being gentle and caring, and he'll talk some shit to fucking Aqua. He'll call Megumi out for rubbing her fucking coochie on that staff, and he will say all kinds of shit to disrespect Darkness, but he won't go so far where she will start turning she will reverse. You know that what I like about Darkness? She will reverse Uno your fucking insults to horniness. She'll be like, oh my God, why did I even start insulting her? She's gonna she is literally just dripping at this point and moving over to me to receive punishment for some weird kinky reason, which I appreciate. But the shower scene, bro, the shower scene, the whole start where she comes in and she takes off her clothes and then she holds her, like, her boobs had to follow her hands because they didn't want to show nipple, because as soon as they show nipple, it's like, what is it, ecchi or hentai? Is it like full blown hentai at some point?
I think if they show nipple, it would be ecchi. I don't think it would be hentai. I think hentai would entail that they actually have a shag. There would have to be penetration for it to be hentai. So of some sort. So I think. And I think for Japanese anime, I think more so than anything else as well, with hentai, difference between hentai and like ecchi doesn't show stuff below the waist usually.
Yes,
so
exactly.
So it's like above the waist is fine. So nipple is, I guess, fair game for ecchi, because I believe a lot of these anime series that have like something like a KonoSuba and stuff like that, a lot of them have like an uncensored version that you can watch, and it's not considered hentai, it's considered ecchi because it's still like this, so
though, I think KonoSuba as a hentai, I think that'd be a good, like this plots, but he just like darkness just gets plowed every other episode, like that'd be great, I'm not saying I haven't watched any hentai in like a while.
That probably exists though. Like, I mean, was it like Rule 42 or something like that on the internet? Rule
34, yeah.
34, that's the one. Rule 34. If it exists, there's stuff,
We can find it if we need. You guys know it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Check the Discord. That being said, but how did you feel about that scene though? Like, do you remember the scene? Did you remember the whole, start rubbing my back, woman?
I found it refreshing because of the fact that in a lot of anime and stuff like that, you find the main, because I think yes, you're saying for essentially for like real men, if you put real men in some of the situations that like, and I say this specifically, if you put real men in situations like harem situation, because this is a harem situation where like you have a bunch of girls liking a character, right? You put real men in a harem situation, more often than not, depending on the guy, he's going to like, yes, I want the girl kind of thing. Like he's going to,
of course,
if she comes in and throws herself at him like that, like he's going to like, he's not going to be like, nah fam, like I'm not, like, oh, I'm so afraid. That doesn't really happen in real. At least I don't think it does. I've never heard of.
Bro, I don't even get why that's a thing in anime. Like I think it's a culture. It's a cultural difference.
It's a cultural thing. I think it's essentially probably like Japanese men are a bit shy around women. So in a sense, like if they were put in a situation like that, they probably will act that way. Whereas a Western guy would be like, nah fam, like you throwing cheeks at me, I'm taking them cheeks, right?
To be fair, I would be shy too. I'm not gonna lie, I would be fucking shy too. But I wouldn't be to the point where it's like, God, that's the thing what you pointed out, right? It's like so many. For me, it's like so many anime. It's funny every other anime or every third anime or like 5 out of 10 anime, or like whatever, like 5. I watch 5 anime that like that, and then a character like our main character in KonoSuba, for me it feels like he's so refreshing. He's so refreshing, just like how I find what's his face from the other one we just watched?
You talking about from from Chainsaw Man?
Oh yeah, him as well. But I was thinking more like for me like
Are you talking about the guy from Classroom of the Elites?
Yes, yeah. Well
how many?
To an extent,
because you're definitely not talking about David from.
Well, the thing with David is he was shy, but he also like got business done,
Yeah, but David was a dum-dum machine at the end of that anime.
Don't talk shit about my boy David, okay? He's a real cool guy.
David is dum-dum.
Look. Either way, like he's just refreshing. The main character from KonoSuba is just a refreshing character. He's just different. He just feels different. He does the stuff. He feels human. Anime characters like all other casts, they have their human qualities, but they're super. They're super like emotional. They're like Anya, right? From the Spy Family.
Yeah.
And they need to have that to be an anime. Like I feel like if your anime characters aren't super edgy or super exciting or super You know, like for example, Megumin thing is all about explosion. Like her whole character, I thought she was gonna have more development, but her just being explosion.
You thought she was gonna have more development, really?
Yeah. But like, well, yeah, because you know, I'm just like, oh, she doesn't attack. I thought she would have like more attacks up her sleeve, but I was wanting to finally see that she does explosion. And when she comes in the show, I'm like, yeah, boy, I can't wait to see like 5 or 6 episodes from now where she actually does her first explosion, and then she does it in the same episode. That literally caught me off guard. I was like, oh, she's about to fucking explode some frogs. Like, what the fuck? Like, I thought that was like her final attack where she like, you know, it's like Deus Ex Machina. She like pulls it out of nowhere and she's just like, don't worry, I will save the team. I still have my trap card. Boom, explosion. You know, and the way she says it is so great as well. But all this stuff is like, I don't know, for me, great anime. I can't say more. I love every character as well. Even Aqua with her cute butt.
Aqua does have a cute butt.
Yeah, she does have a cute butt.
That's the best way to describe Aqua. She got a cute butt. You know, she got a
butt carried.
She got that nice little cute butt. That's what Aqua got going on. That surprisingly though, Aqua is tied with Megumin so far in the poll, and no one seems to want to sway it in the right direction away from the chibi. But that being said, I actually give the anime a 6 out of 10. Not a full 10 out of 10, which
6.
And I think this is one of the things that a lot of people take a 6 as like, oh my god, it's so bad. 6 is not bad. 6 means it's
above average.
It's above average is the best way I can put it. So like I have issues with KonoSuba.
Right.
And
actually, if you could talk about them without talking about season 2, I would like to.
That's exactly what that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. So essentially, the issues I have with KonoSuba is, especially season 1, is a lot of stuff isn't explained. You know, so for example, when the character, what's her face, is introduced, the witch character, when we meet Wiz for the first time, like they introduce Wiz, and I'm like, who the frack is she and where did she come from? They basically mention it in a way as if we should know who Wiz is. When obviously we don't know who she is because you haven't shown any episode with her.
Yeah,
and
they backlogged her basically.
They basically backlogged her. So we have no idea where she came from. They mentioned some stuff about her coming from this thing and that happening, but it just doesn't make any sense in that context. And I understand KonoSuba is a comedy, but so, like it is a comedy with continuity. So like there's a sort of chronological order in which the show goes. And with the way in which it paced itself in certain ways, it's kind of like it confuses me. It throws me off. It makes me feel kind of like what? Sorry, what? Like what's going on here? And I also feel like some of the jokes are overused too much to a certain extent. I find KonoSuba is the kind of show you watch in short bursts, not like binge. Like it's definitely not a series to binge. Yeah, I can't binge KonoSuba. Like I actually put on KonoSuba to binge and had to turn it off after a while because I was just like, this is not an anime I can binge. You know, like this is you know, this is in the name of the website Simply Binge. I can't simply binge like I can't simply binge KonoSuba.
A true disgrace of
I can watch KonoSuba, like I can probably watch like 3 episodes of KonoSuba in a row, but after a while it starts growing on me because like there's only so many times I can see Darkness get all lustily over like getting beat up or Megumin getting all like explosion and then out of energy for the rest of the episode kind of thing. So I found that in season 1 of
Wait, so are you saying that KonoSuba, in your words, would be or in other words would be a cheap thrill, like a cheap kind of? You know, I would
say it does offer up some laughs, but in short bursts. That's the best way I can put it. I can't think of a way like it's not a masterpiece of comedy. Like there are anime that are comedy anime that you are laughing from beginning to end, but it's because they keep bringing new jokes. KonoSuba is the kind of person that plays the same joke over and over. It's a funny joke, but after a while, it's kind of like, okay, like you could ease up now. Like that's enough for that joke. Like bring something fresh, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I found with KonoSuba, which is why I give it a 6 instead of something higher. Is that it's funny if you watch it in short bursts, but if you watch it in one sitting, it's not as funny, because you see it enough times. And I guess I can give some examples of some anime that I would say are funny throughout. Like for example, like School Rumble. Screw Rumble is funny because of the fact that it is random as hell, and the jokes keep coming from different perspectives. So you don't see.
I need to watch an anime where you think it's funny. I need to see if
Screw
either my
Rumble.
humor is bad.
We could do Screw Rumble. I don't know if Screw Rumble is on Crunchyroll. I'll have to double check. But
Right.
if it is,
how old is Screw Rumble? Because I need to like double check if I need to see if the art style is up to
It's
scratch.
from 2005. It's an older anime, but
Damn.
trust me when I say this is one I wouldn't mind watching with you. Let's put it that way. This is one I would not mind watching with you on stream, like I like in Discord or whatever have you. I'd be down to watch Screw Rumble with almost anyone, because especially because of I haven't seen it in so long that I watched this as a teenager, and I can imagine what watching Screw Rumble as an adult is gonna be like. But Screw Rumble is one of my all-time favorites. So take that with as much, I guess, thing. But it is what I would consider to be like pinnacle of comedy when it comes to anime comedy. Like Screw Rumble is really, really funny. As far as I'm concerned. So something like that keeps the humor going longer, right?
Sorry. Sorry to cut you off.
Please tell me not watching trailers of Screw Rumble.
No. I just realized that the darkness, like or La Latina, her first, like her or middle name, I'm not sure, is Dustiness.
Yes.
I read that. And sorry for most of you guys in post who might not get this joke, but I literally read it as Duttiness.
You know, that's what I was thinking you were gonna think, Duttiness, right?
You know it was coming. Duttiness, darkness, La Latina for that, bro.
It probably should be Duttiness because she is a Duttiness.
Bro, Chad, let me inform them. Let me inform our viewers, because I know you love me talking about Sweden a little bit, but
drop the Trini.
Yeah, I need to drop the Trini for you guys, right? Okay, you guys need to get cultured, and you guys know your Japanese culture, you know your Korean culture, you know your American culture, all that good stuff, but a little TNT culture for you, or Trini culture, or however you would like to word it. Duttiness is like, it's basically lewdness. It's literally the embodiment of what darkness is. It's like you're in the school. I'll give you a scene, right? You're in a school with your mates, and the hot teacher walks by, whatever, or any teacher walks by. It doesn't have to be a hot teacher, and they overhear you saying some stuff, right? And the teacher will come out, and if they hear, like, I don't know, you say something like dick or pussy or any lewd word, right? The teacher will come up to you. He might, put his hand on your shoulder. He might, size you guys up and say, "Oh, I hear you guys talking a bunch of dirtiness." That's to give you the context of how you can use that word. So it doesn't have to be specifically lewd, but I would say more than likely it would entail like 90% of the use is used for lewdness. Right?
Yeah.
The only other time it would be actually if something was just dirty.
Like your parents telling you your room real dirty, like there's a dirtiness when I clean up your room, that kind of stuff. You could use that.
Come home.
Exactly, but it is true. It is mostly used for like lewd.
For lewdness.
Yes.
That is funny.
So she is definitely a dirtiness. But Screw Rumble is easily what I would consider to be peak. And Screw Rumble is one of those anime that you have to watch in dub.
You have to watch in dub.
Yeah, you do. It's one of those, like, I watched it in dub, and like, I think you watch Screw Rumble, you're gonna find, like, I think your favorite character is probably gonna be the same character I have as my favorite character. I won't tell you who my favorite character is, but
right. We'll save it for then.
But I believe that you will have the same favorite character as me after seeing Screw Rumble. So that is what I would consider peak comedy, and I think KonoSuba is funny, but it's just not on that level. Another good comedy anime that's good is GTO. Sorry, Great Teacher Onizuka. That's another one that's really, really funny, but again, like, it's older. It's an older anime series, and I think a lot of the older anime series are funnier because back then they could get away with shit that nowadays, I guess some animators would be afraid to like do. They'd probably be like, might offend somebody. Nope, shit back then it was just like, nah, let's just have a laugh, let's just make it funny, and we'll just have that. So that's
like Golden Boy, like that was
really funny. That
Yeah,
is
I thought
really
Golden Boy
funny.
was kind of funny.
Golden Boy
Which is funny
is.
'cause-
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I was just saying Richard recommended, and I watched it. I was like, I wanted to turn it off, but at the same time, I couldn't stop watching the episode after the episode. So I just needed to know where this shit was going.
Did you watch all of it?
I did watch all of it. Yes.
I think we could do an episode on Golden Boy specifically because you've watched all of it. I think that could be one of the next episodes we do because Golden Boy is hilarious.
I have a lot to say about it, so yeah, I have a lot to say about it.
It is. That's another good one to.
I think it's a classic as well. I feel like
it is a classic. Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm going to say it. I'm going to talk about that later, but it's a classic.
Definitely. All right. Anything else we want to add about KonoSuba?
Not specifically, but more back on the topic of comedy, anime, and well, actually, the thing is with the KonoSuba argument, I see what you're saying because I also kind of felt burnt out, but I grew like it was a burnt out at the start, and then it grew on me. You know, it was like a parasite or like you know, like a I don't like. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything else. But it was like you know, it just kept growing on me, and I just end up liking the characters more and more. I actually like all three of the waifus, the main waifus, and even the main character, like equally as much. Like if I could, you know, put my shares, I like Shadow like maybe 30%, and then the other three have to share whatever's remaining, right?
Yeah, that's not the same for me. Like it is Kazuma first, then Aqua. Then would be, and this is just from the main four. Then would be Megumin, and then Darkness. Like Darkness is my least favorite of the squad because even like with Megumin, when she's not like in her whole lost in for explosion shit, like she's actually like intelligent. Like she's like a normal person per se, and she can get stuff done. Aqua is not very smart, but then she's likable and this sort of like cutesy kind of like way, and you know she's like in certain scenes she does get serious, you know, she just like turns serious and she has to like fight to do something, or she's capable enough.
But when you say Aqua, but when you say what Aqua is like she like forgot she was a god and she was sitting in that cage and she was just like you know. And Megumin also had her time where she was like she had to get tilted to like
she usually has to get carried away after she uses her magic and stuff. But I think that the other thing too with Dustiness as well, what makes her for me, I guess, the other thing that drops it on the pecking order is that she can't win a fight on her own because she can't hit anything. So she's really strong but worthless. Like she's literally just like a big block.
She's a tank. She puts the tank in tank roll, bro.
She doesn't defend and she doesn't attack anything.
She is the tank and spank. That's actually an MMO term. Look it up. She is the tank and spank.
She can't spank anything. She gets spanked.
She is my main character in an MMORPG. I make a character long blonde hair if I can, you know, or dark hair. It doesn't really matter. Just long hair like her, thick bubba, thick booty, armor plating, just to like, you know. The only problem is she doesn't show enough skin, but you know, I think that's good. I think that's good for her because she is trying to like, you know, she's lewd enough where she doesn't even need to show any skin. Like
she's verbally lewd, you know. She says a lot of lewd shit, you know. So
I love it. I would. You know what's so funny with this? I want to rewatch all of KonoSuba in Japanese just so I can hear Megumin say explosion in Japanese because that's the one I know, and I want to hear Duttiness all their voice lines. I just want to hear it all. I just need to hear her Japanese voice actor say the fucking lines she says, and I wouldn't even have to read it because I know roughly what she's saying. You know, because
you are a degenerate.
Exactly. I'm still a virgin though, so you know.
Oh my god, brilliant! I love it. I have no intention to go back and rewatch KonoSuba in Japanese at all. I will probably watch the movie and then wait for the season 3 to come out if there is a season 3. Are we doing a season 2 breakdown? Yeah, we could definitely do season 2 because I do have opinions about season 2 that
you need to get off your chest
that are not that I didn't get to mention you know, in relation to season 1 because season 1 has stuff. Season 2 has stuff that season 1 doesn't have, and season, you know, there are other characters and all this sort of stuff to like go over and you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I have some stuff to say about season 2 as well.
Can I point out that real quick on the comedy part of KonoSuba and other anime, I guess as well. I didn't actually go into KonoSuba expecting it to be a comedy. I actually thought it was going to be kind of like semi-serious.
Same.
But I've seen a little bit about this anime. I was expecting some Goblin Slayer-ish, but lighter. Because Goblin Slayer, I don't know if you...
I've seen Goblin Slayer. If I'm correct, let me see. Let me
check it out. But anyways, and I'll touch on I'll talk about the Goblin Slayer stuff, but I'll touch on the comedy parts. I like romantic comedies. I like slice of life. That's where I get my comedy from. But I never actively go looking for comedy.
No, I've not seen Goblin Slayer.
You've seen it?
No, haven't. Okay, I'll have to add it to my list. But go on.
Yeah. I would say I haven't seen all of it. I only seen like 2 episodes. So, but it was good. It was a good 2 episodes. So, at least for me. But
go on, continue. I'm just gonna save it to my watch list here.
Yeah, go for it. So in regards to comedy again, like for me personally, I think honestly, I find comedy so hard to look up. Like, if I'm going to watch some Kevin Hart, or if I'm going to watch some stand-up comedy from, like, you have your all the list of comedians that are there, even the bad ones. Dave Chappelle, I love Dave Chappelle. There's so many.
Did you wait? Did you just say even the bad ones and then say Dave Chappelle? Dave Chappelle is not bad.
No.
You don't get to say even the bad ones and then say Dave Chappelle. You gotta say
Dave Chappelle.
You gotta say the best ones, Dave Chappelle, and then say and even the bad ones as well.
Even the bad ones. That was that sentence finished. I'm reading.
Pause for a good while and then say
my favorite comedian.
Dave Chappelle is the best. You
don't need to defend Dave Chappelle. He's my favorite comedian. Second best is probably Kevin Hart, I would say.
Is Kevin Hart your second favorite?
I would say so, yeah. Aries Spears. Who else is... there's so many. I don't remember their names. I'm so bad with names.
I would actually put my second best as probably like Hassan Minaj. I think he's bloody hilarious.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I like Hassan more. I think Hassan is more funny than not Dave, sorry, than what do you call his name? Kevin. Kevin is down the pecking order for me, below quite a few others. I find quite a few other comedians much more funny than Kevin Hart. I used to think Kevin was funny up to a certain point, and then now maybe it's because he's all Hollywood now and he's in everything. I don't find him as funny because I feel like his jokes have been watered down. They're no longer fresh in the same sense as like Hassan.
I see what you're saying. He's basically like he's the Game of Thrones of stand-up comedy. Everyone has seen it. Everyone knows, and then you know what to expect when you go into Kevin Hart comedy.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even compare to Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones was great up until the final season. But I'm talking about like with Kevin Hart, it's like let me see if I can find a better analogy for it. It's like, how like Power Rangers as a kid, like most of us probably liked Power Rangers,
Yo, wait, I need to touch on something with that real quick. My mom teases, if you ever met my mom, which we've talked about scenarios where you and me meeting in England, and obviously my mom would be included.
Yeah.
She probably would tell you that I liked Power Rangers when I was little, and I have a running joke with her where I deny everything, but then she pulls out a freaking picture of me in literally the white Power Rangers, like full on sword, helmets. Okay, it's like one of those like mask helmets. It's not like with the rubber. I was gonna say it in Swedish, the rubber band in the back. And
wait, what is the Swedish way to say that?
It's gummy band.
Gummy band.
I was gonna say gummy band for a second because gummy and gummy is like the same word almost. But
okay, go on.
So it's just something when you speak to a language that happens. But yeah. Go back to you. You were saying something about Power Rangers and
by the way, welcome to the chat, Joseph.
What's up, Rich?
So yeah, welcome. But yeah, it's like how like we like most kids liked Power Rangers growing up, but Power Rangers as like the Power Rangers movies that have come out, some of them have been some hot doo-doo cakes, the Hollywood Power Rangers movie, as far as I've heard, is hot doo-doo cakes, right? The Power Rangers we used to watch you've seen it?
I've seen that. I've seen one of the newer Power Rangers, yeah. But the first Power Rangers movie was pretty good.
I'm not talking about the ones that we saw as kids. I'm talking about the new. Right. How the frack is Megumin still keeping up with Aqua? This is madness. Can someone please help Aqua push past Megumin on the pole?
Yo, why is Darkness at 17, man?
Look at Darkness, man. Like, it's all about Aqua. Aqua needs to win this poll before this podcast ends.
Clap both Megumin and
She's not waifu. She's not waifu. And
she will slap them with her titties, bro.
And for whoever voted other, like you need to comment. It's written there, so like comment who you think is better, with name in the chat, so we know who you voted for. But anywho, that being said,
please also in post, do it for me. Just say darkness, even if she's not your favorite. Just make me feel better and just type darkness in the comment section and post. I would appreciate it. You get a heart emoji from me.
Okay, then.
Hey, look, Team Darkness. There's the League of Shadows out here,
Team Duttiness is what you wear.
Team Duttiness, whatever, same shit, You guys join, you get free booby squeezes and sugar confections, just cookies for everyone.
No,
cake, lots of cake. Join Darkness, Team Darkness, you get cake. All right. Good.
Nope.
Sorry.
So that being said, I think Kevin Hart is too Hollywood for me right now. I don't find his joke. I think the thing what makes comedy good is when you can relate to the jokes. I can't relate to Kevin Hart jokes. No, like I think Kevin Hart jokes before I used to be able to relate to. Now Kevin Hart jokes I can't relate to. And that's one of the things I like about Dave Chappelle is that no matter how rich he is or whatever have you, he's just a down-to-earth kind of bloke. He's just a dude. And because he's just a dude, like when he makes a joke about like his family and stuff he does, like because he goes around and does things like go shopping or whatever have you and so forth.
Kevin does that too, no?
I find Kevin kind of bougie. Like
he kind of damn, bro. I mean, yeah, okay.
Kevin got kind of bougie.
If you're comparing him to Dave, then yeah, I could see Dave. He rugged. He been through the block and a half. Like he been around. But. God damn. I mean, I respect your opinion because I kind of see it, I can see where you're coming from.
Kevin kind of bougie. He kind of bougie. I mean, I'm not saying just because I don't like Kevin Hart, other people shouldn't. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I personally don't find Kevin Hart as funny. Like, so in my pecking order, Dave Chappelle is like top of the list. And then after him, you could find like people like Hassan Minaj. I find what do you call his name? This guy who Trevor Noah is really funny, I think, because he does all these accents and stuff like that. This guy Fluffy is super hilarious.
Trevor Noah is so great.
Trevor Noah is really, really good. Fluffy is really good. He's like
half black, half white. People represent. I'm just saying, like
definitely
all for us there.
He's hilarious. Fluffy is great. I love Fluffy.
Oh, yeah. Fluffy is great. Oh,
Fluffy, I love his voice when he goes like. He makes the songs, and I'm like, look, Fluffy's my guy, He's
it's the Indian when he does the Indian. I know he does the Mexican and stuff, but when he does the Indian and he like shakes his head from side to side, Oh God,
I love what he does. I think like for me, Fluffy's like the Mexican Dave Chappelle to a certain extent.
Right, I see.
And like. And that's the thing. I think it's great with like I think some of these comedians, like even though I'm gonna be able to like relate to some of the experiences that Fluffy will explain in his comedy or tell the stories in his comedy, the stories are to a certain extent relatable. Right. And it's the same thing that happens with like Hassan Minaj. Like I watched a Hassan stand up the other day where he's talking about like I'll never love, like he's talking about like having a kid. He had his daughter and he's talking about how I don't even love my missus as much as I love her. Like he tells this whole story about why, and I'm cracking up the whole time. Like I'm just laughing the whole time. It's just his delivery, his everything. It doesn't even matter if you have kids or not. Like the way in which he tells the story is so relatable. Like you can feel the I find when when some of the stand up I've seen from Kevin recently, I don't know about his older stuff. I did used to find it funny, but I think I've seen some stuff from him recently, and I was just like, I don't find this as funny.
Yeah, you felt like you matured out of it.
I wouldn't even say matured. I just felt like and that's the thing. I don't think his jokes are not funny. I just don't think his jokes are for me. Right, I feel like the stories he's telling in his jokes are not stories that I can relate to as well.
Have you heard of Andrew Schultz? He's also
of course, man. He's quality. He's talking about.
I haven't seen much of his stuff, but he's like my to go to right now.
If I remember correctly, he's like a podcaster as well. I think he does a podcast, if I'm correct, on YouTube. But yeah, that being said, we have pretty much gotten to the end of our discussion about KonoSuba. I think we've talked about everything we can. It's a comedy anime. For me, it's a 6. You love it wholeheartedly.
What do you think I'm giving it then?
What are you giving it? Tell me.
What do you think?
Like a 10?
I'm giving it a 69. A nice 60.
You're silly.
You know, you're in your damn. Why are you giving it a point and I don't get it?
It is silly.
It's getting a 9.5. I want to give it a 10 if it was more serious more times, but I appreciate for what it is. It definitely is the perfect mix of I can take it seriously and I can laugh about it. And the main character, actually no, I'm giving it a 10. I'm sorry, the main character just carried it. 10. 10. I know. I give fucking Cyberpunk a 10. What did I give thingy now? I don't remember. Spike's Family.
I can't remember.
I think I give it a 9.
I think for those who want to know what no. For those who want to know, go back and watch the episode for Spike's Family. You'll find what we gave it back then. If you don't know, go back and watch it. But I would say for me, KonoSuba. Also, I also compare it to other isekai anime I've seen, which is anime where the character goes into like an alternate world. And it is probably bottom pegged compared to a lot of the others I've seen. So, for example, some of the others that I would have compared it to would have been Shield Hero, which Shield Hero is way better. Overlord, better. No Game, No Life, better. What do you call it again? That time I was reincarnated as a slime.
Excel's World? It's similar to...
I've not seen Excel World, no.
Axel, is it Axel or Axel? I think it's Axel World, like
Axel World. I've heard of Axel World. I've seen some episodes of it, but I don't think I've watched the entirety. I think one of the characters is a pig, isn't it? It's a pig in there.
No, he's just a chubby. The main character is a chubby character.
He's not a pig, like a pink little pig.
I don't recall anymore, but I'm pretty. The main character is a chubby character. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. I will have to go back and check it out. I remember from what if it is what I think it is, I remember the main character being a pig. But all the isekai I've seen are better than this. That I've seen. I have to say that I've seen are better than this. There are tons of better. Like Shield Hero is class. Slime is class.
Are they also in the same setting? Sorry, are they also in the same setting where they're like RPG?
Yes, yes, and
even to this degree, because I felt like this was. I
think even more. I think they're more RPG.
Even more, okay.
Even more RPG. I think of the ones I've mentioned so far, because of you and your personality, I think your favorite maybe Shield Hero.
I like this.
I think I would willingly recommend Shield Hero to you, but that would depend on you would have to because I feel like, for example, like you spend a lot of time MMOing during the week, so try to get you to finish a bloody series on time for like the next recorded. I think to myself, like, this bitch is probably gonna be. I'm gonna hit him up like you know what, bitch, like, you ready to record this anime? And you're like, oh, I'm about 2 episodes behind. I still have to catch up. Like, you have to literally.
Wait, hold the fucking door. When have I ever let you down? I've been here on time every time.
You haven't let me down. I'm talking about like today. I was like, hey, you ready for this anime earlier today? And you're like, I'm like episode 6.
Yeah, because I know that I have time to watch it all today. Like, I've pre-planned this.
No, I understand, but I that's the thing. Like, for example, like with a Shield Hero, I would want you to watch it like in advance and be mentally prepared. Not even the day of. Like, you need to be prepared like 3-4 days in advance, ready to go. And I say this as the person who literally finished Classroom of the Elite, like literally like a few seconds before we recorded.
You know,
I'm a hypocrite.
No, it's all good. But I just need to know how long, because the thing is, I can't, like, for example, I don't know if you know this, and for those of you listening post, and for those of you listening far in the future, Bleach just came out, the new Bleach arc or whatever. And all my friends want to, like, I have 3 friends who just want to tell me about it. I'm just like, shut up. Like, I want to watch it. If you spoil it for me, I ain't gonna watch it. You know, I'll be so disappointed if you spoil it for me. Not you specifically, but you know, them. And if they're listening to this podcast, if they ever listen to this, which they might, you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, oh, this motherfucker. I know I know who he's talking about. It's fucking me. I know he's calling me right now. I want to spoil it for him. Like one of them is just linking me the damn intro and the song and trying to hype me up, and I'm like, bro, that shit don't work on me, bro. If I want to watch it, I watch it. But the thing is, there's so many episodes. So back to what I was trying to get to is that if you have if Shield Hero is like 200 episodes,
it's not. It's not. It's not 200 episodes though.
Right.
It's I think season 1 is 25 episodes though.
Okay.
So it is a sizable first season. I believe season 2 is 13 episodes. So
right.
I think it has a third season. Let me just double check. I'll tell you. The Rising of the Shield Hero. Third season. I think the third season is not out yet, so it's probably announced, but we haven't gotten third season yet. From what I think I remember of watching this, I think I've seen both season 1 and 2. I believe I've seen both season 1 and 2. I may be wrong. I may have only seen season 1 and not season 2, but in my head canon, I think I've seen both seasons. So I would say Shield Hero could maybe not the next episode we do, maybe like 2 or 3 episodes down the line. I would love to jump in Shield Hero with you. I think you'd enjoy it. I think another one you would enjoy is that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
I've seen like some episodes of that, like as a piece of that.
I've seen all that we have so far. Like I've completed season 1 and season how many seasons they have so far. I have seen. So the seasons that have been out, season 1 and season 2, I've seen both, and I can tell you like I highly recommend Slime. Like
right, okay. Mm-hmm.
So that should tell you enough as to what I think about this anime series, and
right,
I'm patiently waiting for season 3. Whenever the frack they drop that thing. So so yeah.
One thing I have to ask though, I want to watch a comedy anime, like maybe one of the older ones that you might recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we could find a new one, maybe that might be more up to date, just because up to date shit might be, I wouldn't say funnier or less funny, but it would be like more that maybe the viewers, maybe they're more up to date on anime, because this is an anime podcast after all, right? So they would
that is true.
They would have more up to date anime on their memory and then be like, was it that funny, or was it? Oh yeah, I remember this. Like before, they might have to go back and rewatch it. Which we don't mind you guys going back and watching some old anime, like for sure. Like I still want to rewatch Inuyasha. Actually, I want to watch it with my best friend because it's like it's our anime. It's like what I would watch with her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would like to get a comedy anime out the way, and because I like, if you say it's funny and I watch it and I'm like, I'm not trying to like prove you wrong or anything. It's more like I don't know if I will have the humor, or if I'm just gonna be in the same boat with you, because I feel like we have a lot of the same.
We do have similar. I think we do have similar humor to a certain extent, because like some of the stuff you found funny, I found funny as well. I mean, there are stuff that we differ in.
Sure.
Like for example, we both find, like, we don't, it's not like we, for example, with KonoSuba, like we both find KonoSuba funny. It's just like, I think it just overstays its funny welcome if in too many in too much doses of it, too many doses of KonoSuba is too much for me. Whereas if I watch it in short bursts, it's fine. Right, which is the reason why I got a 6 and not a 2 or something. Like it's a good watch, and I do think I'd recommend it, but I recommend it in short bursts. Whereas you may probably recommend it and say like, nah, fam, like just sit down and binge this shit. Like
I could easily binge Kono. Like honestly, if it wasn't that we started, I'll probably be jumping into season 2 already, because I'm in it already, like I'm in it for
I would say if it's something you enjoy, and just jump shit, because I went from season 1 into season 2. I'll be honest with you. I did too. Like after I saw season 1, I had to like in my brain I was like, I want to know what happens in season 2, so I went into season 2. So I would say if you can, just go straight into it. Like don't even worry about it. Like jump into season 2 if you can.
Well, I have right now currently, because Rich is probably going to watch some Chainsaw with me, so we're probably going to watch episode 2 together, because we were watching it together, Rich and Chad. And I also have another friend that needs to watch episode 1 again. I have a lot of people that aren't, like, they have time, but they don't have time. Like my other friend, he's just really busy with BDO, so he doesn't have time to watch and grind because of internet issues as well. But just because of like this IRL events, I guess, or like he has he has FOMO, whilst I don't. Like I can do that and watch anime, for example. And if I get into the anime more, I'm gonna sit and focus more on it. Apart from like I can still multitask that shit, but I say that once I literally forgot which season we were on in High School of the Elite. But I remember that I was episode 8 of season 2, so I need to go finish that off, and I really would like to talk about that as well because
I'm still watching High School of the Elite. I'm still watching. I'm like in season 2. I'm probably because before we started this, I was actually watching. Like before we jumped into the episode, I had High School of the Elite running. So like I do actually I am still watching it and I'm still enjoying it. And I've actually seen, I've literally got to the point where the episode where you mentioned in the previous episode where he basically like adjusts his strength to like 60 or whatever have you PS like and then he finds out it's more. I was like, what the frack, man? Like seriously?
That's the thing. Oh man, I need our guest. I hope he makes it. Like we can't have the episode without him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna.
I will. I will speak to him and I will try to arrange it. So yeah. Consider it done for the. I think what I will do is I'll make sure that when we do the next episode of it that we are guaranteed he's gonna be there. So that way I won't schedule it until I'm like 100% sure like he is surely down, and that way we can do it. Okay, so and if not, if he doesn't, if we book it, like I won't even put it up to like schedule on the day. I'll just say like, hey, I'll schedule it and have it on the back end. And once he's confirmed he can do it, I'll put it up for people to like see that we're gonna go live with it.
Yeah, it sounds great.
You
guys, we got some stuff for you guys coming up. We got plans within plans.
I plan a little.
I appreciate. For me personally, you making all these thumbnails and gifs and stuff. I just want to say thank you, Q. For me personally, I appreciate it. I think you're doing a good job.
Oh, thank you.
I'm enjoying being a guest. Well, a co-host, I guess, more for the show, and I look forward to this. You're giving me a reason to look at anime more and stuff. I'm really bad at like.
This is giving me a reason to watch anime as well because I don't watch I kind of fallen off of anime for a while, and I guess being able to come on and chat about anime and all that kind of stuff again it's nice. It's good to just hop in a call and have a chat and enjoy the conversation about whatever anime we watch for the week. So that's pretty good. Pretty good.
One anime I want to bring up real quick. I know we're trying to wrap it up here, but one anime I want to talk about real quick without like talking about it because I haven't seen it myself.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen some of it, which I'm going to mention now, is Full Metal Alchemist and Brotherhood. If I watch Full Metal Alchemist and Brotherhood, or should I watch just Brotherhood?
Just do Brotherhood. Just do Brotherhood. You don't need to watch
Full Metal Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Is the one I'm gonna say it's not gonna spoil us. I'm gonna ask the one with the Chimera girl. Is it
okay? So I'll explain the difference between Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Full Metal Alchemist was done originally as it was supposed to be Full Metal, the anime version of Full Metal Alchemist, but they got way ahead of the manga apparently, and they made up an ending for it. So the ending in Full Metal Alchemist is not the legit ending for the series. In Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it has the real story and the proper ending and everything from the Full Metal Alchemist manga. So it matches. Right. How the frack is Megumin still in the run-ins for best? You people are silly. Anyway, so
like you people are sick. Walks up with a boner. Hey, look.
Oh man.
I ain't gonna judge if you're like a teenager and you're Japanese and which most of you aren't because you're fucking old as shit.
No, don't judge our listeners. Don't judge our listeners. Not that we could check the statistics or anything and see what like the age of our viewers, but I would like to say, guys and lads and ladettes, like Aqua is best. I don't care what you guys voted in the poll, you're wrong. So like yeah.
I'm just saying, all your waifus, like I'm gonna be real. Dottiness is in my top 5. I know. I say when I do choose a waifu, I'm gonna say it real quick. Nagatoro is up there. Gasai was up there. She kind of
Nagato. Isn't Nagato like Nagatoro. from Naruto?
No. Don't fuck with me, Nagatoro. Nagatoro. Naga.
I know who you're talking about. Okay.
She's my girl. But yeah, she just
I haven't
But
seen it out yet though, so like that's
it's slice of life, so you like it. It's
yeah. I
really,
will eventually get to it. I will get it.
yeah.
So it's on the
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
list.
It's short. It's short. So you know, and you also got that quintessential quintuplet thing that you need to check out as well.
I will. I mean, that's the whole point of the show. For us to like get like actually watch anime and stuff like that, and get through these sort of stuff. So I will inevitably get to that.
Yep.
But with that, I think we should wrap it up. This is episode 7 of Innocent Cast, and we were talking about KonoSuba. We will get back to KonoSuba in the future. There's more we could say about, at least there's more I could say about KonoSuba, but
Yeah.
I have to limit it because of the fact that you haven't seen the entirety of it. Which also gives those of you who haven't seen the entirety of it a chance to actually see the rest of it as well. So that next time we do cover KonoSuba, you can join in the conversation and all that kind of good stuff. So thanks to everyone who checked out the podcast. Again, thanks for the likes. We almost got up to 10 likes so far. Hopefully we pass that in post, and we get that. Those of you who listen in post, carry up the likes even higher. And thank you. By the way, we've been seeing some of the episodes have been doing pretty good. Some of you guys in posts have been doing a great job. I mean, I joke at the beginning, but you guys have been turning up and watching. More comments would be appreciated. It does help. It does help with the YouTube algorithm, and sharing the podcast as well. Liking it, all these sort of things. Engagement basically is what YouTube likes to see to help push this thing around. We have also got new subscribers on the channel as well. So thank you to all the new subscribers and welcome. Hope you feel comfortable here. We will try to keep more content coming up here with the podcast and also with other content.
Weekly content, guys, twice a week.
Twice a week. Yes. On a Monday, on a Wednesday and on a Sunday, you get us twice a week. So we are here. So with that, guys, thank you very much for showing up for this episode of the Innocent Podcast. This is Q, and that is Rare, and he's a degenerate.
I have something. I have to say. Please leave a comment. Don't forget to leave a comment on what you guys want us to watch. Like, if you guys really want me to watch Full Metal or Q to watch something, please comment that. And again, as well, just straight up, thank you for the likes and comments. I do read them, and I do rewatch the podcast, and I do appreciate all the love from you guys. I appreciate it a lot, actually. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Well, thank you, Q.
Oh, you're welcome. See you guys.